Hyundai venue recently received a fresh look, a mid-life update. In my opinion, it kinda needed it because the outgoing one wasn't good looking by any means. With every update, car prices are going up and up, and we can't seem to be catching a break. We should be grateful for these Chinese brands though, Abu Haval and Chery. Hopefully they won't be making us pay a fortune in future for their cars. In this video, I'll take you through the updates made in this venue, and I'll give you the pricing for this car. Welcome to Cars 24, and welcome to this video. There's a nice review made by Ciro Di Siena from Cars.Cosa, where he compared this venue with the VW T-Cross. And the major talking point in that video was the pricing. At that time, in that test unit he was using, to get into the T-Cross, you have to pay 100,000 more the price of that venue. And maybe Hyundai took that comment serious, because the pricing for this car is somewhat difficult to digest. Yes, this venue has a starting price of 294,900 for the base model 1.2 litre Motion, which is 13,000 more than its predecessor. But as you go up the range, things start to get a little bit stiff. The 1 litre Motion manual and auto are priced at 354,900 and 394,900 respectively. The 1 litre fluid manual and auto are priced at 389,900 and 429,900 respectively. If you want this N-Line, which replaces the Glide derivative, you have to part away with 449,900, and that's quite a lot of money for this car. To think that the mid-spec fluid received a 35,000 price increase is just ridiculous. You may argue that they've added some bells and whistles in this car, but I'm not a fan of this strategy of giving us many options to choose from and then give us the same engine throughout your model range. Fancy things like your dual zone air conditioner, your digital dials doesn't really add too much value in the car. They are just for marketing, but that's just my own opinion. Now, the base model Motion is powered by a 1.2 litre naturally aspirated engine that produces just 61 kilowatts of power and 150 newton meters of torque. Even if I'm drunk, I wouldn't come near this engine. All the other three derivatives, the Motion, Fluid and this N-Line, which looks sporty and has 2 exhaust pipes, are powered by a 1 litre 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine that has 88 kilowatts of power and 172 newton meters of torque. Now, my Tiggo 4 Pro Elite is priced at 75,000 less than this N-Line, but it has a 1.5 litre turbocharged petrol engine that has 108 kilowatts of power and 210 newton meters of torque. But here, let me tool. In front, you get a completely redesigned front grille, which takes up most of the front profile of this car, resembling its older siblings, the Creta and the Tucson. This front profile looks nice, I like it. On the side, you get electrically folding mirrors with contrasting roof and roof rails. The base model gets 15-inch steel wheels, and these 16-inch alloy wheels are only available from the fluid spec level and above. At the back, you get a nice roof spoiler, very nicely designed connected taillight clusters that runs across the tailgate, quite trendy these days. This car has 2 real exhaust pipes. It doesn't need them, they are just there for looks, but at least they are real. I like that. The boot space of the van is still the same with 350 liters, nothing too special here. You also get the spare wheel underneath the false floor. Moving on to the interior, you get the same interior design. I like the design of this N-Line steering wheel. There's a digital instrument cluster and this floating infotainment screen. The N-Line get red accent around the place and ambient lighting which bring life to this interior. I like these leather seats, they are electric as well, but not fully, because if you want to adjust your height, you need to do this manually. I don't know why, but they did that. This is the 1 litre Motion and it gets this interior design, which I'm not a fan of. The N-Line is available with a sunroof. It's a nice feature to have, but you won't get it on the lower models. The back seats are still the same. Both knee room and leg room are decent. You get 2 rear air vents, 2 USB ports, an armrest with open cup holders, and ISOFIX anchor points for your child seat. The venue comes with a 5-year or 150,000 km manufacturer warranty, plus an additional 2-year or 50,000 km manufacturer powertrain warranty, and there's 7 years or 200,000 kilometers in total. Service plan is 3 years or 45,000 kilometers with service interval as 15,000 kilometers. On my last video, someone asked me to explain the difference between the mileage and the service history. A mileage is a measure of how old or new a car is. We use years as a measure of how old we are. Cars use mileage. In this screen, you can see my mileage measured in kilometers. To better explain the service history, I would use medicine. We need to do a medical checkup at least once a year to check if everything is working optimally. So cars go through that as well, because as they get older, they get faulty, a process of wear and tear. Services are usually done at 50,000 kilometer intervals, and every service should be documented in the car's manual book as evidence that it was done. This is important when shopping in a second-hand market because you can use these two things to get a clear picture whether a car is in the right condition or not. Back to this venue. I'm sure when you are looking for a venue, most of you will be interested in this end line, especially my ladies. Those people don't care whether a car has a 1 liter or a 2 liter engine, 15 inches or 16 inches or sound. As long as the car has sunroof and appealing to the eyes, this is good enough for them. We'll use the fluid and the end line to calculate how much it will cost you to own these cars. The fluid is priced around 389,900 for the manual and 429,900 for the auto. If you finance this on a 72 months loan contract with 10.50% interest rate with no balloon or deposit, you'll pay around 7,413 rand for the fluid manual and 8,164 rands per month for the auto. Under the same conditions, this N-Line, which is priced at 449,900, will cost you 8,540 rands per month. Let's say you pay around 1,600 for insurance and 2,000 for fuel each month. Your monthly cost of ownership for the fluid manual is estimated at around 11,013 rands. The fluid auto 11,764 rands, and the N-Line will cost you 12,140 rands per month. My part ends here. I'll leave a link to my Chery Tiggo 4 Pro, which I just reviewed. And after watching it, you'll decide on your own if this car is worth it or not. We'll meet again on our next vid. For now, you can watch some of my other car reviews. Here are the links. Until next time. Peace.